Okay guys, so this is just a quick overview of Tom Clancy's The Division, the beta. It's taken me quite a while to get into the beta. I had a real problem with my Uplay account, which has resulted in it being dead forever. Ubisoft were also quite slow at getting the keys out. Heard quite a few people were having issues with not receiving their guaranteed beta keys. But we're finally there now, so we'll have a quick look at it. This game is an RPG, so the standard things you would expect on an RPG are in the game. You've got moderate customization for your character, leveling, skills, of course looting, crafting, etc, etc, and obviously a story mode. The story is set in New York after a devastating pandemic has gone through and wiped out a vast population of humanity. It was a man-made virus which was applied to banknotes on a Black Friday, so obviously very quick spreading. Society has collapsed and you play the part of a division agent with the mission of trying to retake the city. So that's the setting. How does it actually feel to play? I felt the gameplay was fluid and familiar. You're not going to feel out of place playing this game. If you've played most shooters, then you're going to get into it very quickly. It is cover based, but getting into and out of cover is easy, and manoeuvring from one to another is simple, and it's extremely useful. The UI shows you and lets you know exactly where it is that you're about to move to before you action it. So you're not going to have any accidental running out into open fire, not on the game's part at least. I did find on a few occasions that I still took damage from oncoming fire, even when I was in cover. Whether or not that was because I was using cover that wasn't very good, or whether the opponent had just simply had a better vantage point, I don't know, but that is something which they may need to look at. You can go through and play this game on your own, but to be honest, it really is a team game to get both best experience and chance of survival. If you get beaten down into zero health, you'll enter a sort of last stand type thing where you're able to crawl around and hopefully get revived by a teammate. Obviously without teammates that's not possible, so again that's another reason why it's more of a team-based game than a solo. The last stand feature does actually have a timer. You'll be surrounded by a sort of ring which is counting down. Obviously once that hits zero you are dead. If someone continues to attack you while you're in last stand, it does speed it up and it will eventually finish you off. So if you put someone into last stand, continue to shoot them to finish them off, or they'll have the chance of being revived by a teammate or simply giving up or running out of time. You are actually able to crawl while you're in last stand, and it's not a particularly sluggish crawl. It's not like I don't know, Call of Duty Zombies type crawl. You're fairly manoeuvrable, so if you put someone into last stand, make sure to finish them off quickly because they will attempt to flee. One of the places that you're most likely going to experience this is going to be in the Dark Zone. This is the PvP multiplayer section that was said to be seamlessly added into the game, so it transitions seamlessly, and it does. It really does feel as though you're just going straight into it. I mean, you walk through a gate or hop over a wall. There's no load screen, no load time. You just walk straight in. Now this being said, you do actually know when you're going into the Dark Zone. You're not going to make the mistake of just wandering in and not knowing that you're in the Dark Zone. Now, with it being my first time into the Dark Zone, I thought, it's going to be different. I thought I'd give people the benefit of the doubt, and I wouldn't shoot on sight. It's not DayZ after all. Wrong, of course. Trust only your teammates. If you have a squad and come across one person, they might think twice about attacking you, but if you're on your own, shoot first. For those of you who have played DayZ, you'll know the score. It will feel very familiar in that aspect. Going back to the fact that it is an RPG, don't expect to shoot someone in the head and have them instantly drop. It does of course do the most damage, but it is an RPG and it's not your average shooter. Think Destiny and Borderlands with its sort of whittling damage style, with numbers which fly off enemies when you hit them, showing how much damage each shot's actually dealing. Just because you've shot them, point blank with a shotgun doesn't necessarily mean you've actually killed them. Thankfully, the flying numbers can actually be turned off. I say thankfully because personally it breaks the immersion for me. Removing the damage display does not remove enemy health, so you can actually keep the enemy health bars, but just get rid of those flying numbers that come off with each shot. It's just totally personal preference, but I'm glad that they gave us the option to be able to turn that off. I am actually having a lot of fun with this beta. For those of you who like leveling up, looting and shooting, you're going to have a great time on this. and I just know it's going to be tenfold better when you get into a group and have a team to operate with. I think communicating and working as a team is going to be pivotal, and I think it's where the most fun's going to be had, to be quite honest. I look forward to playing a lot more of this game and looking at it in a lot more depth when it comes out on March the 8th. And I'm sure we'll see some of you in the dark zone.